running. There is blood, gore, intense violence. News.
Just want to make sure my audio is okay.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another tabletop adventure here at Digital Woods. Today we got a 1,000 point game between ITau Empire and Adeptus Mechanicus. It's been a wee bit since I think Mike ran Adeptus Mechanicus.
It's been a while.
And it's nice to go back to Tau every once in a while. So let us get to our armies, get to the action, and we will see you in a bit.
Alright, so here's going to be my 1,000 points of Adeptus Mechanicus, more like 999, couldn't quite get that last 1 point. But anyway, hopping right into it with my HQ and Warlords. Warlord and HQs, there we go. Starting with Bellius Call is going to be my Warlord for this one, with all of his standard gear. And his Warlord trait, as always, is going to be Static Psalm Code. And going further down with my HQs, I've got two identical Tech Priest Dominuses, each with a Omnissiah Axe, a Volkite Blaster, and a Macro Stubber. The only difference is that one is upgraded with a Relic, Autocaduceus of the Arcan Land. Moving on to troops, I've got a group of 5 Skitarii Rangers, 3 with their Galvanic Rifles, and 2 with arquebuses. I've got another group of 5 Skitarii Rangers. This time they just all have their galvanic rifles. And lastly for troops, I've got a group of 3 Cataphron, however you pronounce that, destroyers, each with their Plasma Calvine, once again, however you pronounce that, and their Phosphor Blasters. And lastly, to fill out the rest of my points, I've got 1 Super Heavy Detachment that is also Forge World Mars. It's going to be a Knight Errant. He's got his Reaper Chainsword, his Thermal Cannon, his Heavy Stubber, and his standard Titan Feet. But I've also upgraded him with twin Icarus autocannons. And that's my army.
Okay folks, this is going to be my 1,000 points of Velora Step Battalion Detachment for the ITau Empire. It's the first time I've run these guys, so let's give them a try and see how well they worked with their special rules. Starting off with my Warlord is going to be a commander in an XV8 battlesuit. He will have 2 cyclic ion cannons, 1 burst cannon, and advanced targeting system for his subsystem. His Warlord trait will be through Unity Devastation. The Velora Step Warlord trait is pretty dookie because it just basically gives 1 command point and no other benefit. So, and for his Warrior, I'm going to give him a Relic, which is going to be the Vectored Velocity Thrusters, I think is what it's called. Basically gives him extra move options. Moving on to my second HQ choice, it is going to be a Cadra Fireblade, using his standard war gear, which includes a Marker Light. No other upgrades for him. Moving on to my troop choices, I've got 2 Breacher Squads, 5-man each, no upgrades, and 1 5-man strike team with a Marker Light. I have a dedicated transport to go along with my troop choices. It is 1 Devilfish with a burst cannon and 2 gun drones. Moving on from that, I've got myself a fast attack choice of 5 Marker Light drones. Didn't quite have the points to bring the fortification that I love to bring with Tau, so instead I just brought 1 extra Marker Light drone for that unit. Moving on to heavy supports, it is 2 XV-88 broadsides, rocking 2 high-yield missile systems and 2 smart missile systems, and a advanced targeting system per broadside. So a decent amount of missiles coming out of them with some minor benefits. Then moving on to my elite choice, I've got a squad of 5 XV-8 Crisis Bodyguards. Each one of them has a cyclic ion blaster and 2 burst cannons and an advanced targeting system. giving them some minor benefits. So I do believe that is everything for my 1,000 points of Valora Step Tau. Okay folks, here we are deployed for our scouring game mode from the Eternal War section from the original core rulebook. In this particular mission, there are 6 objectives scattered about on the map. At the end of the game, they're worth a certain amount of points to whoever holds them. 2 points for every non-script one. There's one inferior, which is worth 1 point, and one superior, which is worth 4 points, marked out by a 4 and a 1. For deployment's sake, we did Vanguard Assault. I finished deploying first by putting a bunch of models into my transport, and I have my Warlord and my 5-man bodyguard squad in Deep Strike. And mine is all deployed along the line there. So, with that being said, victory points, straightforward. The ones I already said: Slay the Warlord, First Blood, Linebreaker.
Sweet.
Let us roll off to see who has turn 1. I have a +1 to this. Oh, yes. You win. Do you want to take turn 1?
I will attempt to take turn 1.
I will attempt to seize turn 1. I do not. So we add Mech turn 1.
Sweet. Alright, so Adeptus Mechanicus, turn 1, rolling for my
Canticles.
Canticles, that's the word. So I'm just going to random roll both of them, because I get 2 because I'm Mars. So first one is going to be 5.
Invocation of the Machine Might, +1 strength.
And second one's going to be 1, which I think
Reroll morale.
Sweet.
You could pick one of them and add 1 or -1. If you -1 from 5, you get Shroud Sum, which is everything counts as being in cover, even if it's not. 6 is rerolling 1s in the shooting phase.
Well, I'm absolutely going to go with the 4, so Shroud Sum.
Okay. So everything in your army counts as being in cover that isn't already in cover. Just pointing out the knight does not benefit from any of the canticles.
Okay, cool. Alright, so movement phase for turn 1, Mechanicus. I had Bellius Cole and the Knight Errant just kind of shift over 6 inches that way to get a better line of sight on the floaty tank over that way.
Devilfish.
Devilfish. Did not move my Arquebus unit and did not move my one Dominus under them. This group moved forward kind of that way, 6 inches, so they're full move, just to get better lines of sight on the group on top of the building there, or on the 2nd floor. And this group moved over just as much as they could, getting as many lines of sight through the bottom windows to maybe put some pot shots into his mech suits. Outside of that, movement's done, so on to shooting, where I think I will start with the Knight Errant. Alright, so with the Knight Errant, I'm going to put all of its shots over into the Devilfish over there, starting with its Icarus autocannon, which is going to be 4 shots, hitting on 3s for all but 1. I would be able to reroll that, except it's a not technically Mars, so it doesn't get the benefit of Bellius's bubble, which I was mistaken on, so oh well. And then wounding on 4s, because strength 7 versus tough of 7. So only 2 possible wounds.
If I remember correctly, autocannons are AP -1.
I was supposed to be hitting on 2s because the autocannon, but I rolled a 1 anyway, so it didn't matter.
Yeah. So 4-up save with AP -1. Made 1. So I take 2.
Take 2. Next is going to be the thermal cannon, which is D6 number of shots for 4. Convenient. That's how many dice I have. Hitting on 3s for, I would have liked that last time, 2 hits, and then wounding on 3s as well for just the 1.
AP minus probably greater than 3.
Let's find out. AP minus 4.
Yeah, okay, and you can definitely draw a line of sight where it wouldn't be 50% obscured, so no save.
Nope. So then that is just D6 damage. Whoop. For 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend a command point to re-roll that 1.
It's a 2.
Improvements.
It got better. It wasn't just another 1, so it's not quite a wasted point. And then lastly, the heavy stubber is going to shoot in with its 3 shots, hitting on 3s, all hit, probably wounding on 5s for 2.
3 up saves. I failed 1.
Oh, okay, 1 damage. And then that's going to be it for the knight. Next up in the shooting phase is going to be this group of Skitarii. Only the 2 arquebuses have actually the range to shoot stuff. So they are going to be firing down at the your mech suit there, because they do have line of sight and line of range.
Okay.
So 2 shots hitting on 3s for 1, and then wounding on 3s. Wounds.
DP minus 2 with a 2 up save. Made it.
Cool. Alright, so next up on shooting is going to be these 3 firing their plasma culverines. Well, actually firing everything, but starting with the plasma, at that group on top. They're not going to be supercharging their plasma. So that's going to be 3d6 number of shots for the plasma for 15. So 15 shots from the plasma hitting on 4s for, it's easier to get rid of the misses. And there aren't any 2s, or there aren't any 1s in there, so I can't re-roll them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Total hits, and then wounding on 2s, because strength 7 versus tough of 3. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 possible wounds.
DP minus 3. I have 4 up normally, and I'm in cover, so I have 3 up, so I have 6 up save.
Cool.
6 ups. Yeah, I made 1.
You made 1. All right. All right. So I messed up, and thus the board has slightly changed as a minor points rework was put into effect. Minor, we swear. So the issue was that dyslexia took hold of my mind, and I paid for the wrong type of plasma gun for those 3 destroyers. I paid for the 11-point version as opposed to, or the 11-point plasma starts with the C word versus the 27-point version of plasma starts with a C word.
Culver versus Culverin.
Culver versus Culverin. So that was my bad. We went back and reworked it. So now there is 1 extra Skitarii Ranger in both squads, and the previous Dominus that was down here is now just an Engine Seer. So that was entirely my bad in terms of reading is apparently hard, and my brain just whisked away somewhere for that exact moment. So my bad. It is now balanced points-wise for what I actually brought.
Mm-hmm. And he's 1 point over the 1,000.
And I'm 1 point over the 1,000. With that out of the way, I think I was about to shoot with the 4 that could see over there.
Yeah, I think so.
So 4 shots hitting on 3s, going through the windows into the mechs for 2. They have no kind of reroll over here. Mm-hmm. And then wounding on...
Strength 5 versus tough 5 target.
Strength 4.
Give them peripherals are 4. Oh, yeah. Tau weapons are 5.
Yeah, so wounding on 5s. For 1. With no AP, 1 damage.
1 AP. You rolled a 6 to wound.
True. I've only just started reading that.
3-up save, because I'm not fully in the building yet.
Alright, so, and you make it. And that should be the end of my turn 1, on to Tom's turn 1.
Alright, turn 1 for Valerian. Relatively straightforward. My squad of 5 marker light drones did not move. Devilfish disembarked both its attached gun drones and the Cadre Fireblade, and then advanced up the board, getting a grand total of 18-inch movement.
Nice.
And my broadsides stayed put. Okay, with that being done, onto the shooting phase, where primarily it's going to be the broadsides, starting off with the smart missile systems from both of them, going into the destroyers here. High yield missile pod from the one that can see these guys going into them, and the high yield missile pods from the other one going into that squad over there. Alright, 36-inch range. So let us start off with the smart missile systems for a grand total of 16 shots from them. Okay, smart missile system going into the destroyers there, 16 shots hitting on 4s. So 5 misses, so 11 hits, and strength 5 weapon versus tough 5 targets. So 4s to wound. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. 6 wounds with EP -1 from advanced targeting systems.
So normally I'd have a 4-up, but because of my canticle, I've got a 3-up. They're -1, back to 4-up, so 6 4-ups. For all but 1.
1 damage, take it.
I will.
And you'll repair it on your turn.
Yep.
Alright.
Actually, put it on the one in the back.
Once again, hitting on 4s. That's a good roll. Strength 7 weapon, so this is going to be wounding on 2s. For 2 misses, so 5 wounds with EP -2. Because 1 base plus 1 for smart advanced targeting system.
Alright, so once again, normal 4-up.
Effectively a -1.
-1, so 5-up. That is 4 dice.
Need 1 more, yep. You just made it anyway, so 3 die. So
Okay.
half the unit goes down. And then the 8 shots from the other high-yield missile pods going into the squad with the arquebuses, hitting on 4s. 4 hits, that's more. And then wounding on 2s. All wound, AP -2 again.
Alright, so 4 5-ups. For 1 lived, 3 die.
Same result.
Yep.
That could have gone better, but it could have gone way worse.
I'll pull them real quick.
Alright, and last to go is going to be the Devilfish. He's going to be firing his burst cannon. My particular step ignores the penalty for advancing and firing assault weapons.
Nice.
So he's going to be hitting on his ballistic skill of 4, going into the night, because that's literally the only thing he can target. Hitting on 4s. He missed.
Okay.
Sped it up a bit.
Yep.
Alright, well that will be it for turn 1 for the Valoria Step Morales.
Oh, Morales. So I get to re-roll these. At the moment, I've got morale. Oh.
Rangers are with their sergeants still 7, so you took 3 casualties from each, so you're down to a 4. So 5 or 6, 1 flees.
Alright. Alright, so rolling for this squad, I need basically anything lower than a 5 or 6. That's cocked.
Yeah. 5. Well, you get to re-roll it.
I get to re-roll. Yes, it's a 4.
They're fine.
But I also smacked the camera, so oh no.
Not fine.
Not fine. And for this group, same 5 or 6, and they're good.
If I'd killed like one
more, it would have mattered.
Oh well.
Alright, on to Mechanicus, turn 2. Alright, so turn 2 Mechanicus Canicles. I'm just going to do the random roll again. So I've got a 2 and a 1.
Well, 1 is the reroll morale. 2 is Litany of the Electromancer, which will literally do nothing for you this turn. A 3, which is the max you can get, is reroll hit rolls of 1 in the fight phase.
Woo! Am I able to re-roll any of these, or is that like a command point?
You can spend a command point to
I'm going to
reroll.
spend a command point.
You don't have the Warlord trait that allows you to.
I will up that one to 4. I rolled a 3.
Yeah, so everything counts as being in cover. And you chose to keep the 2 for some reason.
Yeah.
Will literally do nothing.
Yep. Alright, so movement 4. Mechanicus, turn 2. I had the Knight Errant just kind of shift over 6 more inches. Planning on shooting this to explosion, and if that doesn't do it, maybe meleeing something towards the end. I don't know, we'll find out. Had these two swap positions, both advanced, getting a +4 and a +1 respectively, just so he's going to have a better time giving them the reroll all to hits, as opposed to this Engine Seer basically now just being the heel pet of the Knight Errant. So over here, I just moved everything forward 6 inches to be able to get this one to shoot his, what are they called? Because I keep calling them mech suits. So broadsides, to be able to shoot his broadsides. And I moved and advanced my group of Skitari out of the building, away from initial combat, because I remembered that Tom is probably dropping in some a large amount of DACA on his turn, so I want to reduce active ability to shoot characters, because I forgot it when moving those units and didn't protect accordingly. So anyway, bubble, that's the word I was looking for. So anyway, on to shooting, where I think I'm going to start with the Knight. Alright, so once again, I'm just going to pour all of his shots into Devilfish. Just realized that those two are a valid target, but I'm saving that for later.
They're gun drones.
They're gun drones. It's nowhere near as important as Devilfish. So I'm putting all of my shots into the Devilfish with him. So starting with the Icarus autocannons, our twin Icarus autocannons, 4 shots hitting on 2s for 2. Woo-hoo. And wounding on 4s with these for Juan.
AP -1 for up save. Oh,
No.
I take 2.
Okay.
Are
you going to reroll that?
I think I'm going to reroll that because I literally have no save against the main cannon. So, AP -1 for up save, reroll. Yes.
Okay, so you do make it.
So you still have to do 7 wounds to it.
Correct. Next up is going to be the thermal cannon. T6 number of shots for a 1. Spending a command point to reroll that into a 6.
Tier. Oh well, at least spent a command point on it. This Devilfish is D.
We're hitting on 3s for 6 shots.
4 hit.
For 4 hit. And then wounding on 3s for 3. Doing a total of, I think, 12?
They do the 1d6 damage each.
Oh, 1d6 damage each?
But you get to reroll the damage.
Ah.
Oh, that's a total of 12. Like
That is a total of 12.
That's the total number of hit points it started with.
Okay. I'm not going to reroll any of those.
Okay. Do I explode? I do not.
Okay.
Alright. Emergency disembark. There are 10 breachers inside. Ones, they die. Ow!
4?
5.
5. Oh.
Okay.
There they are.
For simplicity's sake, 1 whole unit dies.
Okay.
Okay, after the emergency disembark, which killed the 1 entire unit, the 1 remaining unit ending up in the crater like so.
Alrighty then. I guess on to other things to shoot. Next up is going to be the 2 arquebus, going all the way into the broadside.
There you go.
There you go. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. 1 hit, 1 miss, but because he's now actually within range now, I get to reroll that miss into a 1. So, oh well.
Too bad that gun doesn't superheat.
So then wounding on 3s as well. for a 6.
Alright, well, I'm going to take a mortal wound either which way. But AP -1, so a 3-up save. Made it, so I take 1 mortal wound.
Alright. And then lastly is going to be this one destroyer. That is the only one in its group to have line of sight through the window in that building into the broadside. D6 number of shots. Not supercharging.
Fair enough. Still got 6 again.
I did still get 6 again. That is going to be hitting on 4s for 4. Rerolling 1s to hit because of the Dominus. So I missed once. And then wounding on 2s. No, because you actually have a
5 up, or toughness.
Okay, so
5 toughness. And their strength
7,
so wounding on.
Wounding on 3s.
So 3.
Yep.
AP -3, but I'm definitely have enough of the building in the way between them.
Oh, absolutely.
So, AP -2, so 4-up saves. Okay.
Made them all. Then I've got the shots from him for his Phosphor Blaster going in. And then one last shot with the Phosphor Blaster going in. Missed. So that's it for my turn 2.
Alright, turn 2 for the Valor Step Tau. Let's do a rundown. Drones moved up their 12 inches to there. Breacher Squad moved out. Marker-Light drones moved so they can see the knight. My Cadre Fireblade climbed up so he has line of sight on the Fireblade. Stayed put with the broadside, but they are now within range because you moved forward.
I did move forward.
And at the end of my turn, my Warlord and his bodyguards descended. There's only one quick thing I will want to switch. I'll swap these two around.
Oh.
He's my Warlord, though.
Ah.
I want to keep his 6-inch bubble.
Fair enough.
Okay, so that being done, onto the shooting phase, because no psychics, of course. Where I'm going to start off with the Cadre Fireblade, firing a Marker-Light into the knight. Hitting on a 3 because he did move. Yes. Spending a command point to turn that into D3 plus 1 Marker-Lights. That's 4 Marker-Lights. Drone squad, I'm going to fire all their Marker-Lights in.
The rotate iron shields, is it just for one attack or for the whole phase?
It's for the whole phase.
Alright. I'm just going to pop it now because I know you're going to shoot with basically everything else.
Fair
so
enough.
Spending 1 command point, rotate ion shields, he now has a 4-up invul. So I don't want to forget that later.
Alright. And these would be hitting on 5s, which I got at least 3. I only needed 1.
Where did the other one go?
Right there.
Oh,
That was a 3.
there it is.
So that's 5 plus, so
Yeah, you get all your bonuses.
Everything gets plus 1 to hit. Okay, and then I think I'm going to start off with the Breacher Squad firing their breach guns up. Alright, Breacher team firing first. They're within 5 inches of them, so they have to fire at their highest stat. It's going to be 10 shots coming out of them, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. 1 miss and 2 1s. Okay, so 9 hits. These are strength 6 weapons, but so that means they're going to be wounding on 5s. For 2 with EP -2 and 1 with EP -3. I think that doesn't matter, so it's
4
all
ups.
goes to 4 ups.
So 3 4-ups.
Next, I'm going to go to the gun drones. They're going to fire all their shots in. They have 2 pulse carbines each, so that's going to be 8 shots coming out of them. Usually hitting on 5s as a drone, but hitting on 4s with all the marker lights and rerolling 1s. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because of the marker lights, and then wounding on 5s. Bad roll. No wounds.
Alright.
Up next, the bodyguards are going to fire all their shots into the knights there. I'm going to start off with their cyclic ion blasters, which I will supercharge. So 15 shots hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. 4 misses, rerolling 1s to a miss. 10 hits, strength 8 weapons versus tough 8 targets, so 4s to wound. 2.
Oh.
With AP -2.
Okay, so 2 4-ups. For a made one, failed one.
D3 damage for 1.
Okay.
Next up is their burst cannons going in. It's going to be a total of 40 shots. They have 2 burst cannons each, with 4 attacks per burst cannon. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Two misses, 3, 5 1s. 5 1s get re-rolled into 1 more miss. So 17 hits so far. I'll just roll the second batch of shots. Once again, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. 3 2s, so 3 misses, and 3 re-rolls. 3 re-rolls into 1 more miss, so 4 from that missed, so 16 plus 17, 33 hits. So start off with a group of 20 hits going in. These are going to be wounding on 5s, because only strength 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 with AP -1. 1, 2, 3, 5 with AP -2. And then I need to do 13 more. The 13 more to wound on 5 still. 1, 2, 3, 4 more with -2. And 2 more with -1. So 6, 9, 15 wounds.
Alright.
Now, all of it doesn't matter because it's a 4-up save. But mentally keeping going with all the stats.
Fair enough. Let me gather my dice. Alright, so 15 4-ups. Looking to make those saves. I made of those.
6 wounds.
Yep. That's just 1, a D dice.
So they're just 1 per.
Alright.
My Warlord's going to go ahead and fire now all his shots into the night. Starting off with his 2 cyclic ion blasters, which I'm going to supercharge. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. All hit. Strength 8 versus tough of 8, so wounding on 4s. For, well, AP doesn't matter, so 4, command point, 1 of them, 5. So 5 of 4-ups.
Alright. 5 4-ups. That went to the 4 wins, which I made.
1?
Yep.
For 2. His burst cannon now firing, 4 shots hitting on 2s. All hits. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound with AP -2.
4 up.
Or AP -1, whatever. It's a 4 still.
Went through.
1.
Total of 10 damage.
My last unit to go is going to be the broadsides. Both high yield missile systems going into that, and the smart missile systems going into those because they can't fire it all the way over there. It's 30 inches.
Fair enough.
Okay, the high yield missile systems going into the night, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because the marker lights. 1, 2, 3 2s, and 2 1s, so 4 misses. And these are going to be wounding on 5s.
Did you have one that went under the building?
Oh, one did go into the building. It was a 6.
Okay.
So wounding on 5s. 3 with AP -2, so 4-up saves.
Alright. 3 4-ups. For made 1.
Okay.
How much damage does these do?
1d3 each.
Alright.
So 2d3 damage for 4 more damage.
Ow.
Woohoo! I'm more than half dead.
There we go. It's now at 14.
All right, going into the breachers or destroyers. 16 shots, hitting on 4s, no rerolls. And then wounding on 4, strength 5 versus tough 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With AP -1. So you're 4 up saves because you have shrouds on.
Yep. 4 ups. For 2.
Yay!
Which
that's
means
one
that
base dead.
1 dead. Sad face. Alright, and that should be...
All I can fire.
Are you charging?
No. No, I will not charge.
Okay.
I will take care of this guy's special ability from his relic. After shooting, he can move 6 inches.
Oh. Fair enough. So on to my turn, turn 3. Alright, so start of turn 3 Mechanicus, going for Canicals, roll 1, and roll 2. For 5 and 4.
5 is, well, you know what 4 is.
I know what 4 is.
5 is +1 strength, so...
What's 6?
Rerolling hit rolls in the shooting phase.
I'll move the 5 to a 6.
Rerolling hit rolls of 1 to be precise.
Fair enough. Alright, so Mechanicus turn 3 now. Didn't move, ran up and healed it for 2.
Spending a command point.
Spending a command point.
You want to go over the...
I'm also spending a command point to basically allow it to have its full stat bar for this turn.
From the Night book.
Yes.
Spirit Resurgent or something like that.
Something of the like. So that's 2 command stratagems I'm using on this. Okay, I'm also giving it the Canticles, so it's full cover and re-rolling 1s to hit.
Yep.
In the shoot phase. Moving over
to the cog stratagem.
Yes. Didn't move. Not actually a model. Moved and advanced because where I moved them to, they couldn't actually shoot anything, so I figured I'd just move them up with the rest of the group. Moved the rest of them just standard, so that they can shoot, and they are in fact in range to shoot over there. In which it's basically now shooting phase because I'm done with movement. Alright, after much relegation, delegation, thought process.
Deliberation.
That's the one. Thank you, Tom. Yay, words.
It's been a while since you screwed that one up.
After much thought, I'm going to start with these two, firing everything they have, well, that's in range, into Tom's guard unit.
My bodyguards.
Your bodyguards.
And at the start of the shooting phase, I am doing the narrow web jammer to bring that ballistic skill down by 1.
Sweet. And I'm going to spend my last 2 command points on these 2 for Wrath of Mars, which basically makes it so that any 6 to, I believe, hit,
wound.
6 to wound counts as a mortal wound, in addition to standard damage.
Yep.
So, 2d6 number of shots for their plasma variety of gun. I'm supercharging.
Okay. Ones.
So, number of shots, 10. You can't say that. 10 shots, hitting on 4s.
Correct.
Rerolling 1s.
Nothing but 1s, come on.
That's 2 1s. Rerolling.
Okay,
Into not 1s.
I will take the misses. I prefer to just feel the 1s, though.
Yeah, but that's a lot of misses. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yep. That's a lot of misses. That's unfortunate. Alright, and with 4 hits, I'm looking for 3s to wound. 6s matter. And with that, I get 2 6s. So that's 2 mortal wounds. And total of 4 damage, I believe.
Okay. Well, let's start off with Savior Protocol.
I should have shot them. Oh well.
Savior Protocol. The whole unit is within 3, so they can take it. So on a 2-up, mortal wound transfer the damage over. So goodbye. And
The second mortal wound.
that would do 2+, and I still have a 6-up save.
Oh, do I lose one of these guys? And keep the drone to save another one later.
Because I've got 2 mortal wounds. And
Which one is immediately deleted.
Yes.
It's the whole source.
Correct.
So you have a total of doing 3 damage maximum right now. Which is 1 bodyguard.
Okay, so the source being the 2 standard wounds and the 1 mortal wound.
Yes. Because
Got
it's
it,
the
because it's
attack.
from 1 source.
Yes.
Got it.
I would have no save against anything that shot with its big gun. So I'm going to keep one of these alive and do a 6-up save and probably lose one of these guys. Yeah, I'll lose a bodyguard.
Alright,
Because that's 2 damage plus an extra mortal wound.
fair enough. And with that, I think I am actually just going to move over onto him then. Alright, so starting firing with the Knight Errant into the bodyguards, starting with the Icarus autocannon. There's another word, twin Icarus autocannon, there we go. 4 shots, hitting on 3s with a series of back and forth pluses, minuses, and whatnots. It's hitting on 3s.
It didn't matter.
Didn't.
Could have been hitting on 5s.
Damn. I wish 6s mattered to hit.
Don't.
They don't. And then this is going to be wounding on strength 7 versus... Alright, so 3s. All hit. Or all wound.
Yep. 4-up save. Oop. 4-up saves. Command point. Yay, I take 2 damage.
Okay. How many wounds per?
3 each.
Ah. Alright, next up is going to be the thermal cannon, which is d6 number of shots. For 3. I have no command points with which to reroll this. So, 3 shots, hitting on 4s. All hit.
Didn't matter.
Didn't matter. Wounding on 3s. Yeah, wounding on 3s. For
take that, though.
1. And no... That wouldn't have mattered for him anyway.
2-up save your protocol.
Got it. Damn it. And the last gun to shoot from the errant into the guards is the heavy stubber. So 3 shots hitting on 4s. Missed 1. I said missed 1. Except I actually got to re-roll that one.
Yes.
Because I don't... For the last one, did I... No, it was like 2s and...
You rolled 2s and stuff.
Yeah, so re-rolling that 1 into a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then wounding on 5s. For Juan.
1 3-up save. Made it. Oh.
I was hoping to get rid of that, just that 1 more. Alright, well that's it for him.
Snipers?
Snipers.
Who do you want to shoot up with your snipers? My warlord, my other character, try to take the 1 remaining wound off. I would say a drone or
Those
battle
guys
suits.
with battle suits.
I mean, like, you got some targets.
I think I am actually going to try and take that 1 wound off.
Okay.
So 2 shots hitting on 3s.
Rerolling all to hit.
Rerolling all to hit. Rerolling all to hit. Of course. 1 shot hitting or wounding on
A 3. Strength 7 weapon.
Yep. Wounds.
AP -1, so a 4-up save.
No.
Command point.
No.
Oh, denied by my own model.
Good. Yeah.
Down to 2.
Alright, and I think that's literally everything that can shoot. Hold on a moment. And literally the last thing in my shooting phase is going to be the engine seer firing his 1 las pistol at the breachers. So 1 shot, hitting on a 3. Hits. Wounding on a 4, I think.
Strength 3 versus tough 3.
No.
Okay.
And with shooting all done, I am absolutely going to be declaring a multi-charge. No. Nah. I don't think I can actually weasel around your breachers, so I will declare the multi-charge.
And you're charging bodyguards and breachers?
Bodyguards and breachers. expecting a
For the greater good.
for the greater good from him.
Okay. So that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to Overwatch. Let's start off with the 10 shots from the Breachers. So, Breachers, hitting on 6s. Not a 1.
None.
Not a 1 for 10 dice. Alright, so starting Overwatch, second volley with the battle suits, starting with their cyclic ion guns. I will not supercharge them. Yeah. Probably going to get eaten by the knight anyway. So, I am going to supercharge them. So I actually should roll these 3 at a time then. So hitting on 6s. Wow, okay. Well, luckily they rewrote this that it only takes 1 mortal wound, no matter how many mortal wounds it rolls. So 1 successful hit.
Should I just roll to save for that now, or just keep going?
Yeah, keep going. A 1. Wow. Okay. Just making your job easier. And a 1, but another hit. So I got 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Command point the 3. Okay.
You can never command point the 1. It has to be a different one.
One going in with AP minus 3, so you're 5 up save.
Because I wouldn't still have that, so yep, 5 up invul. No, goes through.
D3 damage. Take 2.
Ow.
Okay, and then I get to fire all their burst guns. Okay, 24 shots coming from the burst cannons, hitting on 6s. 1, 2, 3. 3 6s out of 24.
That's, I don't think that's statistical.
It is not. And wounding on 5s. I will take that, so 1 4 up and 1 5 up, because -1, -2.
Yep, so 1 4 up, 1 5 up.
Hey,
Ah, I should have swapped them.
take 1 more damage.
Okay.
Alright, Warlord now firing, supercharging his ions. Hitting on 6s. 1 hit, 1 mortal wound. Wounding on a 4. Roll the 3.
Question. Would the always count and cover count during this point in time?
Technically, yes, it would, but I don't think it would have mattered with all my APs.
Okay. So I was just thinking the last one was a 5, a 4, and a 5. I rolled a 4 for the one where it should have been a 5.
Yeah, I guess it technically would have mattered. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, oh well. Burst cannons, 6s, 1 hit. Wounding on a 5. Nope. Okay, that's everything.
Alright, my charge distance is
3, and you know rerolls.
And with a 3, I don't make it. So that is in fact the end of my turn. Turn 3. On to Tom's turn 3.
Okay, turn 3. At the start of turn 3, my commander declares Kanyi, whatever, his Master of War stratagem thingy, which in 6 inches of him, any unit that does not move for any reason can reroll all to hit. Moved on to movement phase. I moved that group of strike breachers because they were out of the range anyway. Now they're within range of his for the 3-unity devastation, and if I somehow fail to kill the knights, they can act as a buffer screen for a charge.
Fair enough.
All right.
I also enjoy your ability to...
All right, on to shooting. Marker light coming from my dude there. He did not move, so he's hitting on a 2.
He hit.
I'm going to turn that into D3 plus 1 marker lights for 3 marker lights. And then the squad of 5 there. Their marker lights going in, being 5s.
For 1?
For 1. So that's 4. Last command point on a 5 or 6. No. So no +1s to hit.
We are now both out of command points.
Okay, and then shooting. Let's start off with the breacher team. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s to hit. 2 misses and re-rolling 1s. So 7 hits. And wounding on 5s. 1 with AP -3.
Okay. One, I think, 5 up invul.
Yep. Take another one. Alright, Bodyguard's going to go next. All shots into the night. Starting off with the cyclic ion cannons, which I will supercharge. Hitting on 4s, rerolling all to hit. 3 hits so far. 3 more hits, and guess what? Another mortal wound. I'll put it on one of them.
Yeah, they're all equally injured, so it's...
Yeah. Strength 8 versus tough of 8, so wounding on 3s, I'm sorry, 4s, 4, 3, 4 with AP minus, 3 with AP -2, 1 with AP -3.
So the one for the AP -3 is just going to be a 5 up invul.
Which you made anyway.
I made anyway. And then the 2 for the 2s is just going to be 2 4-ups.
No cover,
No cover.
because you're marker lighted by 4.
Correct. Fair enough. 2 5-up invuls. No.
3 5-up involves.
3 5-up
I did
invuls.
3 with AP -2.
No. All 3 were 2s. Because the dice are spiting me for being dice happy.
And not listening. D3 damage each. 3, 5.
I need another red dice.
Burst cannons now firing, hitting on 4s, rerolling all to hit. 11.
Was that not one? Or did you...
I probably knocked it, but I get to reroll all to hit, so.
Yeah.
So 11 hits so far. And 4s. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
Blue one.
19. Should be one more dice. I need to reroll this one. Still a miss. Okay, so 19 hits. 5s to wound. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 with AP -2, and 2 with AP -1.
Alright. And
No cover.
no cover, so
4 up and then a 5 up.
2 4-ups.
Yes, 2 4-ups. And
2 4-ups. No. 1 damage?
they're 1 damage each.
Alright. And then the 4 5-ups. And it's dead.
Does it explode?
Yes.
Good boy.
Alright, so everything within 2d6 inches.
Double 1. Double 1. 10
10 inches.
Ow, which is all my units over here.
Yep.
They take D6 each. Ow. Not my warlord. So
Hit
just
it.
the bodyguard and that unit. This guy needs another wound.
And my one guy. Because I don't think it makes it all the way over this
No.
way. So that's rolling for each individual unit.
Yep, it's D6.
Alright, well, I'll start with my guy. D6.
4.
He's dead. He's dead.
He's got 4 wounds.
Breacher.
4. There's the sergeant left.
And these guys. 6.
So that's 1. So he's dead. Yep, that's the whole unit.
Got it. Well, you finally got them. Good job.
And with everything removed from over there, that's suddenly a lot more empty board.
Big bada boom.
Ouch.
That's an ouch.
Yeah, well, meh. Over to the broadsides. Broadsides are going to split up their fire. Smart missile systems, once again, going into these, because I got to take them off the board. Neither broadside can see either one of those, so this one's going to fire his high-yield missile pods into them. And the other one has no target for his high-yield missile pods, because nothing else is in line of sight. So let's start off with the high-yield missile pods going into the sniper team. 8 shots hitting on 4s. 4, 3. Strength 7 weapon, so wounding on 2s. All wound. AP -2.
So 3 5-ups. I made 1.
So, leader and the sniper, or just both snipers?
I don't have to worry about morale, so leader and a sniper.
You will. Your leadership drops to 6 minus 2 then. So it'd be a 4. On a 5 or 6, you would flee.
I'll risk it.
Okay.
For biscuit.
Fair enough. And then the smart missile's going into that for 16.
Alright.
Smart missile system going in. 16 shots, hitting on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wounding on 4s. 4. I do believe with just AP minus 1.
And 4 4-ups. Made all but 1.
Okay, so basically no damage.
Yep.
Okay, my warlord is going to activate. There's nothing he can shoot at, but his relic gives him a 6-inch move.
Fair enough. Alright, and then I believe that is the... Oh, I've got to do my 1 morale.
And I gotta do 1 morale as well.
Alright, so my 1 morale, 5 or 6 I think he leaves. He's good.
My guy,
3.
leadership, fine. He's 7 with 4 casualties, down to 3.
Cool. In that case, on to my turn, turn 4. Alright, so Mechanicals for turn 4, Mechanicus. Here's 1, and here's 2. All the way over there.
Shroud Psalm, and a 2 is either Litany of the Electromancer, reroll morale, or +1, rerolling hit rolls of 1 in the fight phase.
All 3 are
Pretty useless.
pretty useless. I'll go with the fight phase.
Okay, rerolling 1s in the fight phase.
Alright, so movement for turn 4 now. For Mechanicus, I had Belius Cole and the Arquebus wielder stay put. I had this group of Skitari move in advance, just kind of over trying to get behind that cover to hold that objective, because it's getting close to the end of the game now. I had these 3 just move forward, getting ready to pile all their shots into here. And that's everything that I have on the board, so just getting right into shooting, where I think I'm going to throw 1 errant shot over into this guy.
Okay.
So 1 shot hitting on a 3.
But rerolling all the hit.
But we're rolling all the hit. Hit. Wounding on 7 versus...
Probably a 2 to wound, because I think, yeah, he's only T3.
Alright. Wounding on 2. Alright, well, he's fine.
The likely things you miss, the improbable you make.
I know.
So basically, you're improbable.
This is accurate. Oh, it's a 2 on a D6. 1. A 5 on a D6. Got it.
Yeah.
Anyway, next up in the shooting phase is going to be these 2 putting all of their plasma shots this way and their 2 phosphor blaster shots this way at the same guy. No, I can't shoot him. I literally can't. Everything into them.
Fair enough.
So, actually, I will start with the phosphor blasters just because it's 4 shots rapid.
Yeah, you're in rapid fire.
Yeah, I'm absolutely in rapid fire. So, 4 shots hitting on 4s for 1.
Rerolling 1s.
Rerolling 1s, correct.
Dominus nearby.
Into a 1. Alright, that'll be wounding on 4. Does not wound. Alright, 2d6 number of shots from the plasma. I'm not going to overcharge.
Okay. 8 shots.
8 shots. So 8 shots hitting on 4s, rerolling 1s, rerolling 1s.
Cocked.
I'm rerolling the 1s before I get to the cocked. So there's the 1s. This is a cocked.
Alright, so you got 4 hits.
That's why, right there. So 4 hits. Camera ran out of battery there, so 4 shots hit, wounding on 3s. For 3 possible wounds.
Okay. And with an AP of -3, I have a 5-up save. 5 up save. Made 1, so I take 2 damage.
Yep. So I think the 1 pops.
6 wounds each.
6 wounds each. Should've...
Supercharged it.
well, I would have lost
A model.
1 anyway.
I was like...
I was expecting the 3 wounds.
Ooh,
I was incorrect. That is what I was.
Yep.
Alright, well, can't shoot, did shoot, can't
Advanced.
shoot. So,
The end of your turn 4.
hold on just a moment. And I've decided not to charge as they're not very good at it, and my Dominus is slightly too far away for it to be a make sense charge. So with that, my turn 4 is done. On to Tau, turn 4.
Okay, movement for turn 4. Let's start back here. My group of marker drones fluttered their way out. They have line of sight of the breachers. Starting to move into maybe take over guarding that objective. My warlord advanced, getting 2 extra inches, so going 10 inches to there. My Cadre Fireblade jumped down. Out of line of sight of the sniper. He's no reason to be up there anymore.
Yeah, and the camera.
Yeah, and then the broadside, the one stayed put, the other one moved just 5 inches around to draw a line of sight with his high yield missile pods. Yes, that means he'll be -1 to hit, but hopefully I'll get Hopefully I'll get enough marker lights that it won't matter. Speaking of which, onto the shooting, starting with the Cadre Fireblade, marker lighting, on a 3. I rolled a 1. Okay. The one that's likely to hit, I'll miss. And then 5 marker lights coming from the drones hitting on 5s. I got 2, which I think literally is just re-rolling 1s and Seeker missiles bonus, but Seeker missiles are trash, so... yeah, Seeker missiles. I needed 3 or better, probably.
Man.
Alright, so at least get the re-rolling 1s. Alright, then let's jump over to the broadsides and have the... No, I'm going to do my Warlord first. Warlord putting all his shots in. Starting off with his Cyclic Ion Blaster, which I will supercharge, because mad lad. Total of 6 shots. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s, because my step ignores the penalty of advancing and firing assault weapons.
Fair enough.
Re-rolling 1s because the marker light. All hit. Strength 8 weapon versus a T5 target. Wounding on 3s. So 3 with AP -2 and 2 with AP -3.
The AP -3 go through.
Okay, D3 damage each. 4. That's just 1 dead.
1 dead.
And then with AP -2 for the other 2.
Alright, so 3 6-ups, I think. They have a 3-up, not a...
They have a 4
Wait.
base.
I have a 6-up invul.
You also have a 6-up invul. So 2... There was 2 that did D3 each, so they're your 6-up invul against those.
2 6-up invuls. It still went through, so 1 is still dead.
And then 3 going in, which would be a 5-up save because you have cover still, because you've gotten Shroud Song each.
True. So, 5 up. That's both dead. Or, well, you still had a...
Yeah, so I do D3 each.
That's
okay,
both dead.
That's 4. Yay. Good job, Commander. Just hopping over and...
And I'm thinking all of theirs is going to go into my Dominus. Would that be correct?
Yeah, both can see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And maybe there's smart missiles over there. Yeah, let's do the high-yield missile pods into that. And the smart missiles over there. Because even if they don't kill that right now, I still have 1 more full turn cycle.
True.
And I don't fear that wiping this.
No.
They have 2 different ballistic skills because 1 moved and the other one didn't. So let's start off with the 8 smart missiles going into that. Hitting on 4s, no reroll. 4 hits. Strength 5 versus tough 3, so wounding on 3s. All wound, AP -1.
I think for 3-ups.
5
5
ups.
5 ups?
They're 4 base and -1.
Got
That's
it.
smart missiles.
Oh, Dem, yes, you're correct.
And I do remember now, because I forgot in the entire game, smart missiles deny cover because they do not need line of sight.
Fair. Either way,
You still made.
I think I have one left.
made
No, I
three.
made...
2? Oh, you made 2, failed 2. So
Yes.
1 left.
One left.
Either way. And then the 8 smart missiles coming in, same target, but this is hitting on 5s because he moved. 4 again. And 3s. So 5 up saves for 3.
3 5-ups.
Fail.
Dead.
Alright, takes care of that squad.
And then with all of the
High yield missiles.
going into that one model,
Yep. 8 at a time, because there's 2 4-shot high yield missile pods, starting with the one hitting on 4s. 4. Strength 7 versus T of 5 or 6, so 3s to wound. 3 with AP minus 2.
all right. And it's going to be 3 5-ups. Okay.
D3 damage each. 4 and 5.
Dead.
And then
And at this point, with just one Arquebus and Bellius Call, I think I'll GG.
because I've got that one pretty good, because you can't actually see
No.
the one breacher left.
You've got 2 points,
I can easily move and claim this one, because it's just out of range.
and then you have enough movement to grab the 4, which blows my 2 out of the water.
Yes.
Like, I may have first blood, but you definitely win points, and I have no method of gathering more points.
Yes.
So, good game.
Yeah.
That was a very big back and forth. Oh,
There were some awful and great dice rolls in
there
that game.
was. I thought I was leading quite well. Like, even after that exploded, because it was basically a trade.
Yeah, we basically evened out.
I feel like I should have charged with those, just to stop them from firing that time.
Yeah.
Go with the 6s and the 5s.
Rather than the 4s and the 5s.
Yeah.
It could have killed them. It could
Or
not
at
have.
least tied them up, maybe.
Yeah.
Kind of just play the waiting game.
Worst case scenario, I would have done enough Overwatch / the fight phase would have been able to free them fighting.
Yeah.
But meh.
But either way. Yeah. I feel like that was a pretty good game of back and forth and stuff actually happening and dice not going, you win because we say so.
There was almost some times where it started to go, maybe you shouldn't.
But anyway, hope everyone enjoyed Tau versus Mechanicus, and have a good one.